We sure came to this Azores Island during the best time, exploding with culture, and they sure know how to party.
A little bit of adrenaline rush.
It's too close. We're Steph and Travis, Canadians who didn't know much about sailing. We didn't let that or a global pandemic stop us from living our dream, and we've been winging it ever since. We took off from Toronto and made it to Grenada in year 1, and we've got no plans on stopping. Subscribe to join our life on the water. Thanks to our patrons who keep the dream going. Traveling in our floating home Jibsea has brought us to some pretty awesome places we'd probably never otherwise venture to, like these tiny little islands in the middle of the Atlantic, the Azores. Not only is this way of travel unique, but we get to fully immerse ourselves in different cultures in foreign lands. From getting bare necessities like groceries where the locals do, and partaking in their traditional celebrations, it's all part of the adventure. Although we appreciate that certain practices or events might not be everyone's cup of tea, it's important to remember that cultural and societal norms vary everywhere we go and should be respected. We're visitors here. We're here for the fun and to share a truly authentic experience here on Terceira Island. A little bit of a rainy day today, but we're hoping that the weather holds out because we're just about to hop off the boat and go see tourada, corda, which means rope bullfighting. It's an old tradition here in the Azores and especially in Terceira. They do it like every day at different parts of the island. There's one today within walking distance, so we're gonna head over there. It seems like it's gonna be quite the event. When we first got here a few days ago, it was just us and our buddy boat in the anchorage. Everybody else was in the marina because it's really cheap to pick up a slip. I think it's like 16 euros or something like that for a night, so really cheap, but we're like free is free. So we anchored. We were the only ones in the bay, but now there are, I think, almost a dozen boats here. More over there. There are a lot of events that are going to be happening. I think next week there's a festival, but I don't know if we're going to be here for that. But in any case, I'm really excited to see this because then at least we get to see something that's really traditional to the island here and get to experience that. Ooh, it's a little chilly.
Yeah, we just have to stay dry getting there.
Whoa.
I've always seen these things. I've been kind of jealous and I've wanted to try them, but I've noticed no one's been here since we've gotten here, so I think they're free to give it a go. Yo, Ducky. Just gotta come in.
Cool. That was cool. A little parking spot.
That was cool. A little worrisome with a dinghy, but pretty cool.
Didn't really say specifically where they were. Everyone kind of just said online, you know, ask the locals when you get there. So yesterday we were grabbing a coffee and the nicest cafe owner, shout out to Antonio from Patashki, he gave us all the inside information. He told me we're from Toronto and he was saying that some of the Portuguese communities do it close to home, and I had never heard of it. So we're gonna get to see it firsthand.
Yeah, that seems super excited, and it's something they do traditionally here throughout the season, and looks pretty cool to check out.
Saturday, so there aren't that many people out and about. A lot of places are closed. But you've noticed that it's fairly quiet in some of the streets here, and you don't really think that much is going on. When you go into the next street or a few streets over, and there's a band going on or something else happening, so it's probably just, I don't know, a couple streets over and we just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, somewhere. Doesn't tell you exactly where it is, but I figured you'd hear people, but it's not for another half an hour anyways. And I don't know if they like drop the bull off in a truck and they only run a section of the street, or no idea.
I don't know. I think the only information we had really was that it was on the hill, which I'm sure all the locals know where that is, but we do not, and there's nobody to ask. We were on a hill, but there's so many hills here.
And I said it was like by this park right behind us.
Yeah. I don't know how accurate that map was. We are climbing higher and higher. This makes more sense though that it would be outside in the main area. I think those are the sounds that they make when they're gonna let out a bull.
That's right. I think we found it. There's other people. There's some tape lines in the road.
Apparently, they do put caps on the bull's horns just to minimize any potential damage.
That should be kind of cool. I've never seen this before.
No, never.
These are the guys that hold onto the rope that keeps the bull within the confines of the playground, so to speak. Anyone brave enough is able to face off with the bull or run with it in the streets.
It's like a little bit of adrenaline rush. Oh yeah? Thank you. And I'm like, what makes that line make, like, what's so special about that line there to make it stop? I can do it.
The homes that are situated right where the action happens have their windows and doors boarded up for extra protection.
Trying to get it over to, just wanted to pet it.
We've got a much safer viewpoint here now. The people here are really friendly. They just kind of welcome you up onto their property, onto their balcony, so you can get a better look and more safety. We're on bowl number 2 because they launched one of those. Oh wait. Oh, one of those. That means it's done?
Yeah, and then I think when they launch it again, it'll be another one.
So this is kind of like the signal to let people know it's done. You're free to roam the streets for a little bit without having to fear a bull charging at you. It's quite the event.
You can see and hear how everyone in the community gets right into the festivities. There were maybe only half a dozen other tourists that we could visibly identify. You could definitely pick us out from the crowd. Although we were clearly outsiders, we were given warm welcomes. From being invited to their homes for a better and safer viewpoint, to bevies and snacks. The event brings the whole community together. From babies to seniors, the streets are full of joy and energy in keeping an ancient 400-year-old tradition alive.
Super cool, but we do have slight mixed feelings on it because we feel a little bit bad for the bull, but it's a culture thing and it's super exciting and a lot of good energy and vibes. And super fun that way.
And the whole community gets together and it's
super cool.
really cool.
You can go in everyone's homes, that the doors are open, and they're very welcoming. Yeah. It's like really nice. Everyone's so friendly. So, I loved that part of it.
All in all, a great experience to be immersed in the culture and to be a part of something that they do here traditionally on a daily basis. It was really fun.
Yeah, they do it daily. They run 4 bowls, half an hour each. They let them run through the streets, and
all over different parts of the island. It wasn't just in this town. They had, I think, another one or 3 other ones happening today as well at the same time. So definitely something going on here all the time.
We've been hearing these fireworks, like these big explosions, and I thought they were cannon fire, like as a practice, like
because there are forts around.
We're like,
We learned that those firecrackers, whenever they go off, it means something's happening. Whether they've let a bull roam free, whether a bull has put back in the pen, or a band starts up, an event, anything.
Yeah, there is a ton of these things going off all the time. So
yeah, into
really
the night.
Cool place.
I think it was like 10:30 and they were still lighting them off, and we're like, what is that? So crazy. Place never sleeps. No, just come over here.
It's one way to work dinner off. Whew. It's like way more. I clearly don't get out enough. I'm exhausted.
We decided we couldn't leave Terceira without experiencing the biggest festival of the year. Sanjuaninas is a 10-day festival running from sunup to well past sundown, celebrating St. John, and dates back to the 15th century. The festival brings in people from all the villages in Terceira, neighboring Azores Islands, and tourists worldwide. A theme is chosen every year for the festival, as well as the Queen of Sanjuaninas, who greets everyone from a parade float on opening night. This year's theme is about taking a deep breath and going out dancing. It's about the island celebrating victory from threats, earthquakes, volcanoes, storms, and epidemics, celebrating triumph over despair and returning to normalcy. Colorful quilts and bed covers line balconies and decorate the streets. Bands play all over the city, and there's no shortage of food and drinks. Every which way you turn, you'll find food and drink stalls, lots of beer, sangria, and traditional local snacks. Festival events start as early as 8:30 a.m. and the concerts start as late or as early as 3 in the morning. And yep, it goes for 10 days straight. The people of Terceira sure know how to party. We had a memorable time in the Azores, and it's time to fill up our jerrys before sailing out of here. It was a great stop in the middle of the Atlantic, but we've got the second leg of our ocean crossing to complete.
It's too heavy for you.
Yeah, well, I took it halfway. It's your time taking the rest. Yeah. It's halfway.
Yeah, but you took 2 rest breaks.
Yeah, well, let's see how far you make it. Is it?
Yeah, we're practically back at the marina.
It's like right up there.
No, that was solid. Go on.
It's a good workout. Did good.
Made it.
That was only a kilometer or 1.1 kilometers.
I helped for half.
Stay tuned for next week's episode as we begin another long passage and encounter some of the biggest waves we've been in yet. Please consider supporting our videos if you like what you see. All the info is in the description box. Or just please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. That helps us out as well. Thanks guys, and we'll see you next Friday.